Shalom. What's wrong?
No, because I heard you slucky.
I understood you was looking for a scripture. It's all good. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai.
Double honors to the apostles. And salutations to you brothers doing this thing in sincerity, truth, and charity. Alright, basically we'll hop right into it. Shit. You got the
Come.
like pops.
This is Sirach 39, verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind.
Can I call it for me one more time?
Mm-hmm.
Read it for you, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Cool. This is Sirach 39 and 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and his occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied.
Your Job 8 and 8.
Jeremiah 6:16.
Yep.
Brother, grab that.
Well, we gotta go ahead.
This is Job 8 and 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
Right. So as we do, man, we prepare ourselves to the search of our fathers. How we do that? Going into the laws, man. All right. When I say laws, I mean the whole book. All right. Going into the scriptures. All right. Getting an understanding of the ancient men. Understanding how our forefathers operated. Understanding what it means to be an Israelite, man. All right. Getting acquainted with wisdom.
Get that Jeremiah 6:16. Hey, can a brother find it's in Deuteronomy? It says, ask thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Con.
Ask thy father, he will tell thee, thy elders, and he will show thee, roughly paraphrasing. Read that Jeremiah 6:16, and the brother gets Sirach 8 and 8. And we're going to jump back
That's
to
good.
this.
The Sirach 8 and 8 was when it comes up.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah 6 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see. Ask the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein.
And that's the point. Read it again.
This is Jeremiah 6 and 16. Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths.
And stand ye in the way and see and ask for the old paths, man. That Job 8 and 8, having your mind occupied in the law, like we read in Sirach 39. Go ahead, bro.
Where is the good way?
Wherein is the good way. So the old path is that good way. Go ahead.
And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
And then they say this is the rest wherein we were called the weary to rest, man. This word, this truth, man. The good way. Yahweh Shai showing his sacrifice showed us the way to that tree of life, man. To that everlasting. Go ahead, bro.
But they said, we will not walk therein.
And right, and that's 2/3 of our people, you know. But read that Deuteronomy for me, brother.
Because it's Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Remember the
Because how do you find out these old ways? It says, inquire, I pray thee, of thy fathers, man, in Job 8. How do you do that? Well, Romans 15 and 4, the things that are written aforetime are written for our learning, right? Ask for the old paths, wherein is the good way, right? But let's read this Deuteronomy, and we got you, brother.
This Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee.
Right, and Paul told what? Timothy, Titus. He said, what? I have begotten thee through the gospel, man. So who was our fathers, man? You see? Our fathers is the apostles, elders, and the men above us, man. The elders ranked in our camp, you know? The elders of our camp, man. The brothers who watch for our souls, man. You know? But it started with the apostles and elders, right? Go ahead, bro.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
There it is, man. Thy elders, and they will tell thee. You see? If that's Sirach. Sirach 8 and 8.
This is Sirach chapter 8, verse 8. Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs.
Right, who was the wise, man? Our elders, man, that came before us. Go ahead, bro.
For of them thou shalt learn instruction, and how to serve great men with ease.
Keep on.
Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding.
That's it, man. You see? So that's how we learn what the old paths. That's how we learn wherein is rest. You know, like the scripture says. You know, that's how we inquire of our fathers. You know. You got it, bro.
It's Romans 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things was written aforetime that was written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Right, and how do you understand the things that's written, man? The book of Acts was that the 8th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. You know? The Ethiopian eunuch. You got it, bro.
I got one for you. It's Sirach 6 and 32. If thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. So that's going to answer your question.
That's it.
You know, you got to be taught, man. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. So you got to be listening and talking. Verse 34. Stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. So like the brother was getting into in Acts, he said, what? Do you understand what thou readest? He said, how could I unless some man teach me?
That's right.
You know? Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. And if this is two days in a row now, the stuff we've been going over, come back out. I was read this with the boys. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee.
That's right.
Going back to that Sirach, what were we, 39? It said, give their mind to the Most High. Being occupied in meditation, man.
That's it.
All right, be occupied in the prophecies. So look, you're gonna be looking inside these parables, man, getting an understanding of it, right? And if thou seest the man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him. Let thy foot wear the steps of his door. Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of Yahweh, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thy own desire.
Mine.
Hey, like it says, to think upon her is the perfection of wisdom. Damn.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 6 in verse, I'm going to start at 15 what the brother quoted. It says, to think therefore upon her is the wisdom. It's perfection of wisdom. And whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, showeth herself
right, because wisdom is known as according to her name.
Yep.
She's not manifest unto men. All right, so she's seeking who's worthy, man. Who's gonna put themselves put their flesh under subjection. Who's gonna do these things is on this checklist, man. So who's gonna think upon wisdom in all their thoughts, man. Meditating upon the word. Want to do what's right according to the laws, statutes, commandments. All right, and what's pleasing to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man.
It says, showeth herself favorably unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought. And that's that meditating. That's that meditating, like we read in Sirach 39, right? I'm gonna keep going. It says, verse 17, for the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. And it's like you said, putting your body in subjection. It says, for the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws. And the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And that's following this word, you see? It says, and incorruption maketh us near unto the Most High. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. And that's what's going to get us there, man. It's this word.
That's right. Hey, Baruch the 5th chapter. We was gathered by the word.
That's right.
Which is wisdom. You remember before.
It says, verse 21, if your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom that ye may reign forevermore. So when it goes back to Sirach 39, our brother go back to that.
I got a precept to what you said. Hey, this is Proverbs 3. I'm going to read 5 and 6. This is Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in Yahweh with all thy heart and lean not into thy own understanding. In all thy ways, just going back to wisdom meeting at every path, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. In fact, I'm going to read a little bit more. Be not wise in thy own eyes, fear Yahweh and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones.
Yeah, hey, so it said what, man? Lean not to thy own understanding. So it ain't how you feel, what you think. No. Because what you just read, it said, be not wise in your own eyes. You see what I'm saying?
And it'll be health to you. It's beneficial to you.
That's right, man. Because what? It says, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles.
Of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
That's it, man. So precept must be upon precept. Precept upon precept. You know? That's how you know who's saying what's right and who's saying what's wrong. Because 1 John, the 4th chapter, says, try the spirit by the spirit. What's the spirit? It's the word. Goes back to Isaiah 8 and 20. If they speak not according to this word, there's no light in them. You know?
Got a precept on you. That's no.
Yeah, I can leave it there.
It's Wisdom Solomon 7 and 22. For wisdom, which is the work of all things, teaches me. For in her is an understanding of spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lightly, clear, undefiled, plain, and it's all wisdom, man. It's not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, righteousness. It's quick, which cannot be led, ready to do good, man. And that's what we do, man. We preach these words to people to wake them up, to come out this madness, man. And that's why it's the good tidings of the Lord. That's our calling.
And it's the gospel, man.
It's the gospel,
good news. These glad tidings we preaching. Right?
It kind to men, stand fast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure, and more subtle spirits, for the wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth throughout all things by reason of her pureness. Man, for she is the breath of the power of the Almighty.
That's right. You know, that breath, man. The Apostle Bar been heavy, December? The last month about what, man? That Job, where it says,
Job 32 and 8.
There you go.
But there's the spirit of man and the inspiration of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, giveth him understanding.
There it is, man. Apostle Gabar been hot on that, man. You know, that's that breath, man.
That's one of my favorite scriptures, bro.
That's that breath. But go ahead, brother.
It back in Wisdom Solomon 7:25, for she is the breath of the power of the Almighty, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her, man.
Right. So, like I said, she seeketh that's worthy.
That's it.
You know, seeketh that's worthy, man. All right. The righteous shall shine, but the candle of the wicked shall be put out. You know, and it says that pure light, man. So the wicked can't last, man. They get put out.
That's right.
Right.
It's only so long fake niggas can pretend, man.
Right.
What was it?
Wisdom Solomon 7, 22 all the way to 25.
You go back to Sirach 39?
Oh.
Unless nobody got no precepts.
I mean, go ahead. No, go ahead.
This is Sirach 4, verse 15. Whosoever giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. For at the first, verse 17, for at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. Verse 18. Then will she return the straight way unto him, and comfort him, and show him her secrets.
That's it. Hey, because the crooked ways is what, man? Sirach 2 and 1. When you come to the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, man, and different things and trials and tribulations that you're going to go through once you come into the faith. You know, wisdom is going to try your soul, because the scripture says what? It says a friend cannot be known in prosperity. It can only, a friend is known in adversity, man. And guess what? It says a brother is born for adversity. You know, that brother is that friend, man, which Yahweh Shah showed us the example once again, because he laid down his life, man. No greater love than a man have, man. So now we're following after that example, man. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, verse 19. But if he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. That's what it is, man. Hey, you see a lot of brothers fall out, man. Why? Because they didn't keep this. Hey, they didn't obtain it as a sacred treasure, man.
What's the last verse in that? What's the last verse in that scripture?
31. Let
31.
God.
Read two verses before that.
It says, verse 28, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Be not hasty in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and remiss.
Exactly, not sincere, because in the scriptures in the book of John, it talks about what? It talks about to love in word and deed. And a lot of people come in this truth, you know, and they not really sincere, and that's why the Lord cast them out. But keep reading, he gonna get into
They
it.
didn't count the cost.
They didn't count, exactly.
You're
They
going to go
didn't
through
count the
shit.
cost.
Hey, look, you're going to go through hell, man.
That's right. Hey, because it says strive for the truth unto death.
Death.
So that means you got to do it to the best of your ability, man, to keep these ways, man. To keep that faith, man, to have that integrity, you know? And then it said what? It said, be not hasty with thy tongue. Because why? Because the scripture says, what? Blessed is the man that whose sins is not imputed and whose mouth it has no guile. You know? Because keeping your mouth is a big part of this thing, man. It is a...
Hey, he said it. He said, put a door upon my mouth with a bar. A door and a bar upon my mouth, man.
Yep.
I was just thinking about it.
So basically, put a jail cell on my mouth, man.
You know?
Hey, better is he who slips and falls than he who slips with the tongue.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Hey, it tells you how many men died by the sword. It said more have died from the tongue.
That's right. That's right. Hey, because from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh.
That's right.
So it lets you know what man you are, what the inner man is, and that's how the Lord judged them.
That's the trial of man.
That's it. That's
Trial of
it.
man is in his speech. Judge no man till you hear him talk.
That's it.
Hey, I got a couple right, like off GP, like a couple of them. This not Sirach. This is Proverbs 15. I'm gonna read 1, 2, and 4. This is Proverbs 15 and 1. It says, just showing you the power of the tongue, because the scriptures say death and life are in the power of the tongue. But it is the most precepts to prove that. This is Proverbs 15 and 1. It says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Which show you that it's power in words. The scriptures even said a gentle tongue break the bone. But here it is, you got dickheads like Esau who say words will never hurt you. Boy, words will kill you, man. We kill people with words every day, man. We crush the spirit. We bring strongholds down through these words in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Proverbs 15 and 2. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. Proverbs 15 and 4. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. Just showing you the power of the tongue and the words. Matter of fact, verse 7, Proverbs 15 and 7. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of a fool doeth not so. So all these, so why, hey, matter of fact, in Proverbs 15 and 23, a man that have joy answered of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good it is. So, hey man, it's power in the words, man. So you do like the brother Matthias Williams just said, you gotta have a guard upon your mouth, man, because hey, death and life in the power of the tongue, man. It overthrow kingdoms, man. Words overthrow kingdoms, man.
I have a precept on you real quick.
God.
It's Words of Solomon 5, verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the fate of such as afflicted him and made no account of his labor. Man. And that's what we do. The brother said that this mouth, this tongue is powerful, man. What we do when we go out and preach His word on your count day, it might be Saturday or Friday or Sunday, like the Indiana account do.
Whatever day.
Hey, and we go out and condemn this so-called white man. And ultimately, because we were sent to who? The lost sheep of Israel, man. So we go out there and teach our people, man. That was the whole mission of a prophet, man.
Hey, Jeremiah 28:8.
That's right, brother.
Get that, so.
That's right. But no, go jump back to that Sirach you had, brother. Let's not go off topic.
First chapter.
Go back to that Sirach you had.
I got it. Right here. Where we start from?
No. He was in Sirach 4 because you wanted him to finish down.
No, that was 1.
Oh,
that
that
was
was.
read
that's
Sirach
right.
4:29. That was 4.
Right.
Prophet Truth and Devil chapter 4.
Come
Yeah.
read 4 and 29 then, cause you stopped at 28.
Well, 28 says strive for the truth and for death. Want to read 29? Slide. This is Sirach 4 and 29. Be not hasty in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and remiss.
Right, so we spoke about the being hasty in the tongue, and it says, in thy deed, slack and remiss.
All that thou sayest we will do. All Israel said that, man. So guess what? We're bound to do these things, man. Hey, we already made the covenant, man. And guess what? Since really Israel broke the first covenant, we come into this truth. We now vowing to do the second covenant, man.
That's right.
We get into the blood of Yahushua, which is the blood of the second covenant.
That's right.
The second covenant is here.
That's right.
It's just a matter of the fullness of the plan now, man.
Hey, what does it say? It says, he that eateth and drinketh unworthily.
Mm-hmm.
Then we eat and drinking, man. We are, you know, this is the wine. This is the water. This is the bread.
The Lord said, "Eat the bread of life."
That's right.
This is the only bread you really gonna eat and obtain life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 30. Be not as a lion in thy house.
No, that was it. Back to Sirach 39.
Right. It's Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in the prophecies.
Right, and how you learn that? We explained it, you know, through the elders, you know, through the word, through the elders, man. Because we are to be as the Bereans, you know. They heard everything Paul was saying, and they did what? Like the brother just said, they searched the scriptures whether those things were so. You know? So our faith lies in these scriptures. And the scripture says that the Lord will set men up in the last days who would teach us these things. Jeremiah 3, what 15?
Yep.
No.
You know? So go ahead, brother, keep going to Sirach.
No. It say he will keep the saying of the renowned men,
Mm-hmm.
and where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
That's it, man. That's attending to this word. You know? Like it says, wisdom meet thee in every thought. Go ahead, bro.
He will seek.
Unless you brought it up, go ahead.
This is Sirach 18 and 28. Every man of understanding knoweth wisdom, and will give praise to him that found her. They that were of understanding and sayings, all right, became also wise themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So you being in the parables, you getting that understanding, man. That's what's gonna make you wise.
That's right.
Just like Sirach, it said it said that he was basically compelled to put together works like the wise men of old, man.
That's
right.
Hey, Salaki. No, because in the prologue it said what, man? It said that he put this book together after he got good judgment in the prophets, the law, the Psalms.
That's what I was trying to quote.
That's wherein he got good judgment. And then it compelled him to put something together based off the wisdom he learned off that, man.
Skillful ad.
That's in Sirach. He said, that's weird. He said, a man of understanding here the saying commended and will add that to swiftly, man.
Hey, Salaki, I'm moved, man. I'm hot. I'm moved. I'm charged in the spirit, you know.
It says, they that were of understanding and sayings became also wise themselves. So, like I said, not the parables of understanding escape thee.
Yep.
All right, you listening to the breakdowns, you listening to how the men of the Lord conduct themselves. You reading the scriptures, you getting understanding of parables.
Hey, right. because in Sirach it speaks about those that are addicted to these things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the prologue.
Yep.
And then it's another verse in Sirach where it says that learning unto a wise man is as a signet.
Bro, I got one.
You see what I'm saying?
Look,
Yep.
it's a
Nigga,
rock.
this how we slack you.
Like
This how we blinged out, man.
It's like
Bro, I
gold.
got you.
If any man glory, let him glory in.
Bro, Sirach 21:21. Learning is unto a wise man, and you hear man? And
I hear
check
you,
it out,
brother.
bro. Learning unto a wise man is it's like I'm charged too. Like,
Bro, I'm charged, bro.
Hold on, man.
I'm
I'm just
charged.
rubbing my beard. I wish it was longer, bro.
Oh
Stop
shit.
that motherfucker.
He's trying to find it.
Sirach 21:21. Learning is unto a wise man as an ornament of gold, and like a bracelet upon his right arm. And all our pictures you got, man. I believe that's the name. The
Golden
nigga,
arms.
yeah,
Yeah.
the nigga
From
from
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang, man.
Yeah,
what's his
you
other
got
name?
it. Golden arms. That's his other name.
The nigga that wore the
Jizzle,
robe.
bro.
No, the other one.
Ghostface.
Ghostface Killer.
Ghostface.
The big ass.
With the eagle.
Yeah, the
6
big
inch
the thing was
medallion.
this long. Yeah, the big ass gold, man.
Yeah.
And wisdom is way more decked out than that, man.
That's right. That's right.
So look how he desired it, man. Jake look at that shit like, damn, that's some raw ass shit. Big ass gold bracelet, man.
It's 6 inches high, bro.
Right, bro. Big as hell.
Oh.
That was his swag. This wisdom is our swag, basically, man. This our robe. This is our raw ass robe we got on, man.
Man.
Draping.
Too, bro.
Dang.
He
Hanging
bugged
down
out, bro.
like a nice little train, so to say, man. It's raw as hell, man. Like King of the Garden, man. Comes this wisdom.
And you said if that's to be desired, motherfuckers want to be blinged out, and you know that's what the earrings, you know, the chains. Look at Gucci Mane with all them goddamn chains,
Right,
man.
right.
You in Glacier, bro.
You know, right? You see that? You know what I'm saying? With the bands around the wrist and everything, right? Check this. This is and this is from King Solomon, right?
He had way
The
more
richest man.
jewels.
Oh my God, bruh. In the Josephus, it said he threw gold away if a fly landed on it, bro.
If a fly landed on the plate, he ate from the gold plates.
If I'm not mistaken,
He'd throw it away.
was it Joseph? Was it Solomon? He had the gold cup. And every cup was designed differently. That was either Solomon or maybe that was the king in
Shit.
and,
I don't know.
not then you know what the name is. It's the other king.
But this Wisdom of Solomon 8:5. It says, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life, right?
Come on.
Motherfuckers desire and work and labor to be rich, right? It says, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things?
Where you at?
Wisdom of Solomon 8:5.
Oh.
I got one for you too.
You see, what is richer than wisdom? Because later on, I believe in the 7th chapter, he said that I knew not she was the mother of all things, man. That all these things came with wisdom. That's why Matthew 6 says, hey, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, man.
And all these things shall be added to you.
That's
And
it.
righteousness and all these things shall be added to you.
That's it. That's it. You know, storing up treasure in heaven. You know?
Hey, I got a quick.
So Lockie, that was the king of Esther that said that. That was different. When you had gold cups.
Mhm.
Now everybody drank from it. Everybody had their own design cup.
Yeah.
So imagine King Solomon's stuff was way raw than that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Go ahead. Bro, I'm just charged in the spirit, bro.
I got 2 quick ones.
You got it, brother.
This is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. All right.
That's it. That's it.
This is Proverbs 16, verse 16.
Oh, but the Apocrypha, it ain't a part of the Bible.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, but when you read the whole, the last 3 or 4 chapters of Sirach, it don't talk, when it say, let us praise great men, it tell you the story of Abraham, it tell you the story of David, it tell you the story.
All the great men.
It tell you the story, right, and they did the same thing in the book of Hebrews when they talked about the faith chapter. It's the same exact chapters, damn near. Go ahead, man. We get time for you damn knuckleheads, man, all right? When you read Tobit, right? When you read Tobit, the first chapter, you go down and talk about Shalmaneser, King Shalmaneser, not King Shalmaneser, King Sennacherib. They talk about him in Tobit, the first chapter. Then at the end of the chapter, it talked about how his 2 sons killed him.
Yeah.
They say the same exact thing in Isaiah the 39th chapter. And in the book of 1 Kings, they
Right.
get the
I was
same
gonna say, I
account.
believe it's in Kings too.
It is, bro. So first chapter, the book of Kings, and Tobit, the first chapter, tie in hand in hand, man.
Yep.
I'm not even explaining that to y'all simple-minded ass Negroes and Spigrows. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver.
And to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver,
I
man.
got a precept for you, Yanagi, real quick. This is Proverbs 4, Proverbs 11 and 4. Riches, like you was just describing, Proverbs 11 and 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death.
And what is righteousness? Our faith, man.
That's right.
And by faith, you're going to do what, man? You're going to do the works that's written in here. You know? Your mind is going to be occupied with what? Prophecy. You're going to search out the wisdom of all the ancient. You know? But, jump back to Sirach 39. Brothers ain't got nothing.
Okay. Sirach 39.
You just
read
read 2 again.
Okay. This Sirach 39 and 2. He will keep the sand of the renowned manner, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
Mm-hmm.
He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences, shall be conversions and dark parables.
And be conversing in dark parables. You know? And that's what we do through the Spirit. We don't even know we be doing it. Like, we'd be sitting here, you know what I'm saying, however many brothers sitting here, we'd be like, hey, it's a certain amount of bottles in here. You know what I'm saying? And somebody would be like, well, they'll look at the bottles on the table and like, no, it's not those many bottles. It's only this many bottles. You know, being conversing in dark sayings, you know, just saying something amongst ourselves. And not even that, knowing the parables and the understanding of the word.
Okay. The rest of the bottles will be us, for the record.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Salakia, you know. Well, go ahead, brother.
Say, he shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he had tried the good and the evil among men.
Mm-hmm. And it speaks about what? Hebrews 5, having your senses discerned.
And the same thing Solomon said.
I probably get it right now, bro.
Right, I searched out all things to see the wisdom and the folly. That's the spirit.
Oh, I had it, I dropped it.
That's all
Okay.
good. He searched out to see all things. But go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 2 and 12. And I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly, for what can the man do that cometh after the king? Even that which hath been already done. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as light excelleth darkness. Woo! And that's that experience, man.
That's it.
All right.
That's it. Man, yeah, man.
But the apocrypha not legit with the scripture they quoted. It's all quotes the same as saying. Hand to hand, man.
Verse 5. He will give
Call it out again.
the Sirach 39 and 5. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer, and make supplication for his sins.
And that's faith, man. You constantly, it said what? It said he will resort early to the Lord. Then it says seek ye the Lord early while he may be found, right? It says, and will pray before the Most High and will open his mouth in prayer. Paul said what, man? Pray without ceasing, man.
That's right.
So that's having that faith, man. You hold some real, or you just read wrong?
Oh, this is Sirach 18 and 27. A wise man will fear at everything, and in the day of sinning he will beware of offense. But a fool will not observe time. You know? So a wise man returns to the Lord early. He observes the time. He knows what's going on, man. Like Paul said, of the times and seasons I have need to write unto you. For you know that the Lord comes as a thief in the night. So the men of the Lord are watching, they see the signs, they understand the parables about the signs, all right? And they correct themselves, man.
Yeah, niggas just go on freestyling. Freestyling.
What?
Go ahead, bro. Count. Sirach 39 and verse 6. When the great Lord will, this Sirach 39 and 6. And when the great Yahweh will, he shall be fulfilled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentence and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayers. He shall direct his counsel and knowledge, and his secret shall be meditation.
In his secret shall he meditate. Showing you meditating on the word, these scriptures. Constantly on your mind. 1 Timothy 4 says, give thyself wholly unto it. When you give yourself wholly into it, you know.
I got it right here.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, this is 1 Timothy 4.
What
I'm
I
starting
say?
at 14.
Did I say Peter?
No, you said Timothy, but I just happened to have it.
No, yeah, the spirit.
1 Timothy 4 and 14. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery.
Which shows you can't get this without teachers. So like it.
No, it's all good.
You know, you can't get this without teachers. Said you got it through prophecy by the laying on the hand of the order of the elders. All right? Which is what presbytery means, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, Salaki.
Alright, that's verse 16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing so. Did I skip something? No. Verse 15. I did. I went to 16. 1 Timothy 4 and 15. Meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all.
That's it. That's it.
It said meditate upon it, so you constantly thinking about it. It said give yourself wholly, which means completely, man. This becomes your everything, man. This is your focus, man.
I want to read this real quick. I got a precept going into that. This is Psalms 1 and 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of Yahweh, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night.
Right.
So going back to giving yourself wholly unto them things, man, and meditate, he said in 1 Timothy 4 and 15, meditate upon these things. Matter of fact, I'm going to read the 16th verse, 1 Timothy 4 and 16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So you got to give yourself wholly into this and meditate upon these things and get rooted in them and have them like it says in the law, as a fortress between your eyes.
That's right.
I think it said that in the law.
Mm-hmm.
It's frontless, between your eyes. So this got to be on your doorpost. Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 6, verse 22. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel. And put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain. Bow down thy shoulder, and bear her.
Right, so it becomes you become a servant to it, man.
That's right.
That becomes your everything, your life, your duty. It becomes your fucking duty, man.
It's my pleasure.
Right. All right, it comes with discipline, because you gotta study, you gotta go through the studying, the correction. All right, that takes discipline, man. Like when you go to martial arts, they call it, what discipline are you in? They say, I'm in judo, or I'm in this. Because it takes a lot to have that self-control and to learn those things and to master it. That's the same thing with wisdom, man. That's our discipline. This is wisdom. This is how we correct ourselves. This is how we put our flesh under subjection. All right?
And to even be a disciple. The
Right,
word
right.
disciple comes from discipline.
Sit.
Right.
You know? I'm holding
I got something going on with y'all brothers was saying real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 9 and 27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest by any means when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. But he said, I keep my body unto subjection. He bringing it down. Hey, but even I think that's in the Gideon's Bible. When you actually read the same scripture, it said, but I discipline my body. So going into subjection is that discipline, man.
Hey,
Humbling yourself and putting yourself in them chains.
In the Greek, it says to beat black and blue, to bruise. Because Paul was likening it unto what? A race.
Yep.
Those Greek games back then. So he was likening it to an athlete.
I'll read it. This is the verse right before it.
Yeah.
It's 1 Corinthians 9:26. It said, therefore I run, not as uncertainly, so I fight, not as one that beateth the air.
Exactly. So now you can picture a runner. You know what I'm saying? Well, Usain Bolt. Imagine the discipline this nigga gotta have, man, in order to maintain that speed, to keep his body up. You know, look at a boxer. Look at Mike Tyson in his prime. Look at Floyd.
I was just talking about Mike Tyson earlier.
It says, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. So imagine the discipline that these men have, man. How much more these guys for a corruptible crown? Because that's what it says in that same scripture, right?
Yeah.
It says they do it for corruptible, but we do it for incorruptible. So how much more us? You know? But
hey, when I'm training people, I actually use the Usain Bolt. I use the Usain Bolt, and what I call this Usain Bolt is, because I train people and shit like that. But when I train them, I always say it. I say niggas cry after one workout. They ain't got no big fucking chest and big legs and a big fucking six pack. You know, after fucking 1 or 2 weeks, they crying when they don't see that. I said, look at Usain Bolt. This dude trained 4 years in a row for a fucking 30-second race. Dummy. Go ahead. That's discipline.
we go back to Sirach 30.
Yeah, read that verse over that you read Sirach 39.
Come. Oh,
Usain Bolt.
it's Sirach 39:7. He shall direct his counsel and knowledge and knowledge, and his secret shall be meditation. Meditude. He shall show. You wanted that right?
Yeah, I got a precept for you. This is Sirach 2, I'm going to read 13 over. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as light excelleth darkness, right? And how does that happen? The wise man's eyes are in his head. The wise man's always in his mind thinking, man, meditating, man. All right? Thinking upon the wisdom. All right? Thinking about the discipline, how he can make himself better. Using the wisdom that he's been gaining, man. All right?
Not trying to see how much of a nigga you can be in the truth without going off.
Right.
That's some fucking
It don't say that you can't smoke cigars. What if you just bite it? Fucking niggas.
What if you don't inhale?
Right.
Will Smith said that and get jiggy with it.
All right, I
that shit played out.
I just bite it.
Nigga.
And
we pulled your card, nigga.
It's the Will Smith.
We know where you got
the
this
Will
shit
Smith
from.
of Israel.
The Will Smith of Israel.
Nigga at night. And I myself perceived
Mike Larry.
also that one happened to them all. Alright? So the eyes of a man, the eyes of a wise man is in his mind, man. And the thing said the eyes of the fool is in his mouth. So a wise man is always thinking, he's meditating, man. Alright? Being more of a hearer than a fucking, just a speaker just saying perverse things. Like the brother read earlier, man.
Going off being a nigga.
Like in Sirach 39, verse 8, he shall show forth that which he have learned. He shall glory in the law.
The key thing, he shall show forth what he have learned. Who did he learn it from, man? Can we get what's that, 2 Timothy 3?
Come, 3:16.
Bible Kushai.
I got it. This is 2 Timothy 3:16. It says, all scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh.
No, start up. Is it 14?
Oh, yeah. Continue on that, which I learned. Yeah, that's 14. 2 Timothy 3 and 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned of.
See? Continue down in the things that thou hast learned. Right here, verse 8, Sirach 39 and 8, he shall show forth that which he hath learned.
Knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
Knowing of whom thou hast learned them. Man, your elders, ask your elders. They shall tell thee. Sirach 8 that we read earlier, man. You know? Go ahead, brother, back in Sirach 39.
Okay. Sirach 39 and 8. He shall show forth that which he hath learned. He shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord. Many shall commend his understanding, and so long as the world endure, it shall not be blotted out. His memorial shall not depart away, and his name shall live from the generation to generation.
So just like how we read about our forefathers, man, how those names is carried from generations, man. Noah,
Them works.
that was the flood. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, King David, that was thousands of years ago, man. You know? And these names reign. Well, Lord willing, we are those same men coming back. The same men who got those names, man.
That's right.
You know? But what our mindset got to be? Praying to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, as it said right here. And up in verse 5. It says, he shall give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him. Don't Baruch say it was us going astray? So now being returned, seeking 10 times more. It says, and will pray before the Most High. You going to pray and ask for that forgiveness, man. Hey, that Manasseh prayer, man, you know. It says, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins, man. Conversing in prayer, man. Continuous in prayer. Asking Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua for forgiveness. Hastening the day. You know. Praying for the brotherhood. Putting curses on this goddamn place on Esau. You know.
These niggas.
On these
He
niggas.
said at the same time.
Bro, all our pictures 19 yards.
And that
They,
live
oh, man.
beard, that fresh, crispy,
Bro,
out the oven ass beard.
We go to, where we at, verse 10?
I got a precept for you.
Mm-hmm.
This Wisdom of Solomon 1:15. For righteousness is immortal. All right? Now, the scripture is manifold, man. You know, if you work with righteousness, you shall receive action and mortality. But what happened, man, if you're righteous, your immortal, all right, will last forever, man. It's immortal. It's passed down generation to generation, like the brother read in Sirach 39.
Scripture says a good name endure forever.
That's right.
Kind.
I got a scripture for you. This is Sirach 44 and verse 8. It says, there be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported. And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them. It says, but these were merciful men whose righteousness have not been forgotten. You know? And that's that the righteousness is immortal, man. You know? But, jump in.
It's Sirach 39 and 10. It says, nation shall show forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise. If he die, he shall leave a greater name than 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And if he live, he shall increase it.
Exactly, man, because he's increasing those good works. You know? I think it's Ecclesiastes 7 and 1.
I got it right here. It's Ecclesiastes 7 and 1. I literally just was looking, bro. I was bugged out.
That's
a good
crazy.
name is better than precious ointment in the day of death than the day of one's birth.
That's it. That's it. A good name is more precious than ointment, man. Read that again, brother. Did I quote that right?
That shit was right, bro.
This Ecclesiastes 7 and 1. A good name is better than precious ointment
That's right.
in the day of death than the day of one's birth.
That's it. That's it. I know it's one in Sirach. I know the one Murph quoted.
Man's life are but a few, but a good name. The days of man's life are few,
Yeah.
but a good name endure forever.
That's right.
So,
This Proverbs 22:1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches,
That's it.
and love and favor rather than silver and gold. So shit, this is true riches, man. Because again, what does that come with? Actual immortality. It comes with the wisdom. In fact, you got that good name, man.
I got a scripture for a bad name.
Really?
This Sirach 6:1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name, shame and reproach. Even so shall a sinner that hath a double tongue.
Read that part over. Read that last part.
Last part.
No, read the whole verse.
Say you have it to your name.
Sirach 6:1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name, shame and reproach. Even so shall a sinner that have a double tongue.
Right? And you're gonna get that ill name, man. You double tongue, talking one way, and then you going behind. You be, oh yeah, brother, you a good brother. Like Job said, I did not give flattering words. So yeah, you a good brother. Then you talking shit behind his back.
Hey.
All right? Or you supposed to be, you serve the Lord, but you go teaching. You're not giving out the actual word, the word of the Lord properly. You are slandering the Lord, basically. All right, that's what that goes into. That slandering is one thing, and also being two-faced is what they call it these days, man. All right, and it said it should be a shame unto you. Hell, it even tells you, and another thing about double tongue, it tells you if you have a friend and you, it said all things can be forgiven except for revealing secrets. And it says, a good friend will direct his friendship right, but a bad friend, if you do wrong, he said, the people that hear about it will avoid him.
yeah.
It's a rock. It says they will avoid him. They hear about it, man.
They gonna have that ill name.
That's right. Motherfucker's like, nah, this nigga ain't shit. He'll talk good to you in your face. He talk shit behind your back. He slandered the Lord. All right, hell, that was supposed to be my homie, man. He did this to me, man. Like, damn, that's fucked up.
Hey, like, what do you think of when you hear the names Korah, Abra, Dathan?
Dathan.
You see what I'm saying?
Taziani.
Well, and Big Doofus.
The Baldini, the Mad Genie.
What, you know, what about when you hear Jason and Maccabees?
That's what I
Yeah,
said.
shit, all niggas.
Oh shit, you know.
Yeah, that's Baldini.
When you hear Hananiah in Jeremiah 28.
Oh,
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, all that pictures now is right. So dramatic.
No, yeah.
Come break the wood off his neck.
Yeah.
This how the Lord's going to
Yeah,
do.
nigga
He's
got
going to be
emotional.
saved.
He was jumping up and down and shit like that's the niggas doing
Yeah,
in
I
church,
got that
man.
hand teaching.
That's the
Oh,
niggas.
damn.
Them niggas, Jake got that same spirit. That's how you know there's some niggas, man. Getting all emotional and shit, patting their head. But I got something for the name thing, man. This is just a brief example in the scriptures. This is the book of Philemon 1:16. It said, now as a servant, not Philemon 1:16, not now as a servant, but above a servant, a brother beloved, especially to me. But how much more unto thee, both I in the flesh and in the Lord. If thou count me therefore a partner, receive him as myself. Now he was writing this concerning Philemon. Alright? When you read verse 1, it explains it. But it said, this verse 1:17, if thou count me therefore a partner, receive him and myself. If he have wronged thee or owed thee aught, put that on mine account.
Mm-hmm.
But without a good name, Paul wouldn't even be able to say this about that brother.
That's
He
right.
said, charge it to me, put it on my tab, because that's just an example of how having a good name can go far.
God, he's being a surety for him. You got to have a good
He
name to be a
exactly,
surety.
he being a surety.
So Rock talked about that surety too, man.
And Proverbs talk about the surety too.
That's
It's
right.
the only place you can, the only two places you can find it. A surety. And surety is basically being like collateral. What they say in the world,
Yeah.
collateral.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Or co-signer.
Yeah,
Go get a
cosigner.
car, he's the co-signer.
Yep. And like you said, it's in Proverbs and Sirach.
Right.
But yeah, you got niggas saying, give me precepts that come on, man. But this is a Sirach 41:13. It says, a good life hath but few days, but a good name endureth forever.
Righteousness is immortal.
That's
I
it.
got one to back up what show. Y'all brought this the whole topic, but it's gonna back up the bad name, man. It goes into both, really. Proverbs 10:7. The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot.
God.
And Isaiah talks about the wicked shall leave their name behind us for a curse to my people.
That's it.
All
Ain't
right?
gonna be a curse.
That's a rotten name, man. It's disgust, man. And people mock at it, all type of shit, man. And also, it's their curses, man. But a good name is blessed, man. The memory of the just is blessed, like we read in that Sirach, I believe 44. It starts to go into Abraham, you know, the great man before us. What they did that was right and on point, what made them so great, you know? Just like in the Maccabees, he started talking about, look, they did this, look at these works. They had faith.
Yep.
It's like, hey, Paul did it. All right, Paul did it. Look at King David. Look at Moses. He said, look, fuck ruling with these Egyptians. I rather bear the shame of Yahushua.
That's right.
Be going to help my brother. You know?
Precept you real fast.
Baba Kushah.
This wisdom is, this is Sirach 41, and I'm going to read 13 again. It says, a good life hath but few days, but a good name endureth forever, right? He says, my son, keep discipline and peace. We was talking about that discipline. How to discipline yourself through these scriptures. It says, for wisdom that is hid and a treasure that is not seen, what profit is in them both?
Come.
So that's what? Doing what, man?
Living according to the wisdom. Be not hearers of the word only, but also doers.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be listening, getting understanding, but if you don't implement it in your life, then what's the purpose? You're not just teaching it, because that's also what it's going to, but actually living it, man. All right? It says, so them that are without can have a good report. It says, especially them that are without can have a good report about you, man.
Yeah.
It's looking like this is a wise fellow, man. Damn. Y'all, like, look, these people that run across us now in public, they can't say we just be niggas. All right, like that, these men pretty respectful. They hold the door open. Some of them, they hold the door. They let you go. They respect the hoary head. You know?
I thought you were going to say a whore. No, I said that not to bring in this. But, no, seriously, I had made a statement earlier. I just want to correct it. I said that Paul was writing on behalf of Philemon. Salaki, he was writing to Philemon on behalf of Onesimus, one of the disciples that had basically fell off. And, he came back, but he was using his name to be surety basically for Onesimus, not Philemon. I just wanted to correct that. What's up?
Verse 15, it says, a man that hideth, Sirach 41:15, a man that hideth his foolishness is better than a man that hideth his wisdom.
That's right. And it says they will curse the man and hold back the corn.
That's right.
All right, what's the corn? His word.
Yeah, they'll speak ill of him, man, in his name, man. But they'll speak about one
Having
who
that
shit.
ill name.
Yeah, man. That's bugged out. I was thinking about that scripture in the car earlier. Shit bugged out.
But where we at back in Sirach?
Corn, he wouldn't give him that chicken, bro. Remember, he wouldn't give him that piece of chicken, bro. Remember that nigga? It's some inside shit, man.
Yeah, about a wicked nigga that ain't no longer with us, man.
Good nigga, man.
This Sirach.
Read 11 again.
Yeah, Sirach 39:11. If he die, he shall leave a greater name than 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And if he live,
But who is it talking about? It's talking about that man who occupied his time in what? Searching out the wisdom of the ancient, man. Who was occupied in prophecy. Because when you jump back to the 38th chapter in Sirach, it speaks about a man of leisure learning wisdom. How can one get...
that always had a plow and a goal.
Exactly.
How could he, if he occupied too much in his business and his secular, worldly things, whether it be his job, his hobby, you ain't gonna too much get rooted in the scriptures.
That's right.
That's why we rotate our daily bullshit, whether it be sexing our woman or playing the fucking video, whatever Jake like to do. Mm-hmm. We rotate that shit around the truth.
Right.
The priority.
The nigga that, because it talks about the people in society, they require, they need it. the repairman, the motherfucking source.
Somebody
That's
gotta
right.
do it.
Butcher, somebody got to do it. But look, 1,000 of them motherfuckers died. Only people that remember them is they fucking family.
Yeah.
All right, and one wise man, a righteous man, leave behind the name better than 1,000 niggas that died, man. Nobody thinking. Nobody thinking about Trayvon Martin no more, man. Shit, that shit over with, man. People talk more about Zeren, the nigga that killed him, than his ass.
Right.
People talk more about fucking Ricky on Boys in the Hood, and he was a fictional killer.
That shit passed. Ain't nobody think about Trayvon ass no more, man.
Kane cousin.
Shit, half of y'all probably forget what I'm talking about.
They think about Harold on Menace to Society, bro.
Right.
Them niggas killed your cousin, Kane. Some made up niggas that was niggas. But some made up niggas, more than they think about real niggas who died.
Hey, and even these damn gang banging ass dumb niggas, and they not know who Emmett Till is, but they know who King David is. They know King David.
Yeah.
Hey, so look, the righteous man leave behind a name on 1,000 men. Even Emmett Till, who most people with some sense understand who that is, because of the brutality he went through. But look, there's a lot of niggas that don't know who he is, but they still know who King David is.
You know who Noah.
They know Abraham. Hey, hell yeah, they know him, man.
They make movies about him.
Those
Right.
niggas
He
ring,
said they
man.
make movies about him. He just said a point. They make movies about him to this day, man. Why they ain't making no movies about Muhammad?
Right.
The fuck out of here, man. Or the Sheik or the Giveth.
Somebody gonna comment. This movie's about Muhammad, some low budget ass.
And we gonna buy that bitch ass flick and we gonna watch it. And then we gonna piss on that shit, man. We gonna buy that shit on bootleg.
Right.
Fuck Muhammad.
Shake ass bug. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I might have some shit to cut in it, so, I gotta watch it.
This is Rod that died back in 11. If he died, he shall have a greater name than 1,000. And if he live, he shall increase it.
Because if he righteous, all he's gonna do is more works of righteousness, man.
Right.
Alright? They said desire the sincere milk so we can grow thereby, man.
That's it.
Right.
So all you're gonna do is grow more righteousness, man. Right? It talks about the Lord talking about the fruit of your mind. That's only going to increase. You're going to increase in wisdom. What else can you do? It says wisdom is double to that which is, man. So you're only going to continue in growing, man. It says, it's in Sirach, it talks about how great wisdom is, the Lord wisdom is. It says when a man is done, he just beginning. So you think you got it? A righteous man be like, damn, I just started. I just touched the surface. It's this deeper than that. There's something more to it. The apostles still bring out, new things, man. That's new. They're like, damn, I never thought about it like this. This is, they be hot. You can tell apostles, especially Apostle Gabar, he get excited too. Like, oh, I'm excited. Let me calm down, brothers. We charged to bring out that newness, man. Because the spirit is always it's increasing, man. Just like the universe is always spreading. It's the same thing.
Expanding, that's right.
That's the waters.
It says it's living waters, right?
Damn.
This is Sirach 24, and I'm gonna start at 29. It says, "For her thoughts, what thoughts is wisdom?" Or, because let me get straight to the point, because it speaks about how it filleth all things like the Pison, the Tigris, the Euphrates.
Right, my brook became necessary.
Mm-hmm. It says, "For her thought," this verse 29, "For her thoughts are more than the sea, and her counsels profounder than the deep. I also came out as a brook from a river, and as a conduit into a garden. I said, I will water my best garden, and will water abundantly my garden bed." Isaiah the 5th chapter, that garden, that vineyard. But the elect specifically, man, because all Israel ain't Israel.
Hey, it's Psalms, I believe the first chapter.
It is the first chapter.
Damn.
A tree planted by rivers of living water.
That's right, bro.
I was going to read it to it earlier. I just left it alone.
Hey, if somebody can pull that up.
Psalms 1.
Hold on.
It says, "And lo, my brook became a river, and my river became a sea." So it went from a little brook to a river, man.
Yeah.
And from the river to a sea, it's a man.
I got something real quick. Real quick. This is St. John 7:38. It said, "He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water."
That living water is always in motion because it's going from brook to river to sea, man.
But you gotta believe on the Lord, as the scripture have said.
That's right.
To get that receive that those
right.
deals.
That's it.
That's right. Well, you got the Psalms?
hmm This is Psalms 1 and
Start at 1.
Psalms 1 and 1. Blessed is the man that walk not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners.
Why? Because it says your counsel is according to the word. You know, according to the brotherhood, according to the elders, man. You seek wise counsel, as Sirach says. Do nothing without counsel, right?
Counsel.
Go ahead.
Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of Yahweh, and in his law do it meditate
Do
day
it be
and night.
meditate. There go that another meditate, man. Wisdom meeting you in every thought, man. Giving yourself wholly, completely unto this. Go ahead, brother.
And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season, his leaf also.
And that's 2 Peter what? 2 Peter 1. The promises for if you do these
You will never
things,
be unfruitful.
you will never be unfruitful, man. It says so entrance will be abundant. You know?
That narrow gate, that entrance, when you deal in the proper way, it becomes more abundantly open unto you, man. You know? You're
You
still
know, so,
straight. You're still affliction, S-T-R-A-I-T, but it's open, wide open for you, man.
yeah. So that's being planted. You that river of water. You constantly, man.
You're constantly
You know?
growing.
That's right.
I got real quick, just going into the fountain of living waters, and you know, basically how you said you can get in abundance, but that water, it's Isaiah 12 and verses 2 and 3. It said, "Behold, Yahweh is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid, for the power Yahweh is my strength and my song. He also is my salvation. Therefore with joy shall ye draw water out of the wells of salvation." So water's out of the wells of salvation. Getting that water abundantly, that leads to salvation. Out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. All right?
That's it. That's it, man. That's right, bro.
Sirach 39, 12. Yet I more to say, which I have thought upon, for I am fulfilled as the moon at the full.
Right. So he said, man, I got much more things to speak about, man. You know, I got more things to say.
More fire.
You know, I'm feel like the moon at the full.
Rivers of living water.
That's it.
It's ready to flow.
That's it.
Ready to burst open.
Like Job.
Yeah, like a wine bottle.
He said, like a wine bottle ready to burst, you know.
Okay.
No, bro?
It said, "Hearken unto me, ye holy children, and bud forth as a rose growing by the brook of the field."
Key word, growing, as a rose growing. Yahweh Shah said, if you have faith as a mustard seed, and mustard seed little as hell, man. You know?
Smaller than that.
I
That's big
know,
as
I
hell.
know, because I ain't trying to squish it or move, you know what I'm saying? I act like I got a real one, you know, I don't want to fuck it up. But it's little as hell, man. It fits like right there, you know what I'm saying?
Next time you're in the grocery store, you know, grab some quinoa. The mustard seed is about that size, if not smaller. I believe it's smaller
Hell yeah.
than the quinoa. It's
Yeah.
smaller than that.
Yep.
This is one of the smallest seeds of herbs.
Yeah.
But it grows into one of the biggest herbs.
You know?
Chihuahua. Sound like a nigga I know. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And give ye a sweet savor as frankincense, and flowing as a lily.
And flourish as the lily. Can we get that where Yahweh Shah spoke that? Where he said Solomon wasn't arrayed as one of them? Because we spoke about earlier how lavish King Solomon was and how wise he was, man. You know? Right? Hey, Shaquat. Hey, can you have slide me my phone, brother? Papa, shot. The water.
Shit, can you plug me up? Oh, my shit.
This is Matthew 6 And 28, it says, why take ye thought for a raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. So basically he's saying they don't do any works, any physical work. And yet, verse 29, and yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these.
Mm-hmm. And he was comparing it what, man? That lily, you know, was an elect man. You know, in the kingdom of heaven, man. Man, the lavish. You gotta.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the lavishness of what King Solomon had. You know, it's going to be a eye have not seen, ear have not heard. Because it said, grow like the lily. So the Lord comparing his elect to that lily, man.
And that lily was decked out. You know, it's a beautiful, colorful thing. That's why it said Solomon in all his glory wasn't arrayed like one of these.
Exactly.
Like the plant, but actually like the elect. Hey, it's going to be better than what Solomon had, you know? It's going to be better. It says the glory of the latter house should be better than the former house.
That's right.
So what we're coming into is going to look more beautiful, more grand. Hell, we're going to inhabit the universe. Like King Solomon didn't make it there. Now he is making it there as Yahweh Shai. So we ain't no king is ever going to top, you know, Solomon as Yahweh Shai. But the point is, as Solomon, this gonna basically blow Solomon out the water, man.
Hey, and even as Solomon though, no king still topped him.
Yeah, nope, not as now, no.
He was still the coldest.
That's right. Only people that's gonna get to that is the elect of Israel, man.
That's
That's right.
The 144,000 of Israel, man.
That is the only king when you couldn't even tell the servants from the king, man.
Right.
Shit.
And damn, that's what Yahweh Shai doing now. You can't tell the servants, us, from the king.
Because he came to serve. That's what he said.
Hey, he's giving us that glory like him. Hey, Yahweh Shai,
yeah.
man, the scriptures is so fucking raw, man.
It says joint heirs.
I ain't never, that was a heavy breakdown.
You know?
The spirit. What you got to say, Ernest?
No, I got because this is Isaiah. Because this is Isaiah 60 and I get straight to
When we get down to business.
read 17 then for me, brother.
Hey, shit. Get that down. Hey, Toby. Hey, get Toby.
Get everything.
This is Isaiah 60.
Hey, cause this is what that lily can expect, man.
13.
Through Yahweh Shai, through that. Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 60 and 17. For brass I will bring gold.
For brass is gold, man. This is the kingdom of heaven, man. Because if we just start up, it just spoke about how the heathens is going to bring everything in. You know, they going to bow down and serve us as we preach, as the gospel goes, man.
They was.
Right. It says the gates are never going to be closed.
Yeah.
We're going to drink we're going to possess the forces of the Gentiles. All their resources, man, on the right hand side, like Esau go around the globe, and they on the left hand side, but how they go around the globe taking everybody's shit, they pillage it. And on the right hand side, these people gonna bring it to us.
That's right.
And all them diamonds, we ain't gonna have to be like just killing these damn Hamites to bring them. And diamonds ain't shit, but we ain't gonna have to kill them Hamites to bring them diamonds. They're gonna be bringing us sapphires they find out of Saudi Arabia.
They don't realize they owe us.
That gold and shit, man. They gonna bring us all that stuff, man. And guess what we gonna do with it? We're gonna put it in a motherfucking street. Literally. That street's gonna be made of gold.
Hey, and this is the gospel, man. You got motherfuckers talking about, all y'all talk about is Esau, all y'all talk about it. Nigga, cause we, man, come on, man. Nigga, we expecting the judgment, man. Cause the Lord is. He said, what will I? You know?
And honestly, that's slanders, man. We talk about all the counsel of the Lord.
Man, we talk about
Right.
something.
You know, you dumbass.
Whatever.
Prophesy, and we're going to the history. Them niggas just stuck in the past, man.
And every week they talking about what?
Us. Y'all going to us all the time. Shit.
Right, we don't even talk about y'all, but talking about us.
If the spirit
So be it,
move us,
man.
a brother might do a lesson, and niggas shut they shit down through the spirit, and you know.
Right, we got to talk shit to you because it's commanded of us. Hey, it says we're going to have stammering lips, man.
That's right.
Essentially, your name is a curse. So we can't disobey the Lord.
Somebody got to curse you.
We gotta mark you so people know to avoid your dumb ass.
That's right.
We're really keeping the commandments because
Right.
it's up to us. So brothers be vexed having to look at y'all shit, man.
Man, I'm talking about this shit make my skin crawl. Therefore, I don't do it. That's why this is a body, and I'm glad there's other brothers that actually do it. Because I can't fucking do it, man.
I used to do it, and I can't no more.
Yeah,
Like,
your tab
I
ran out on that
really
shit.
boy.
You done.
My tab was up soon as the niggas was my. Hey, I'm like my old man. I can't argue too much with a nigga in arm's reach.
It's like, where we at? Where
It's
we
Isaiah
read them?
60.
In Isaiah 60 and 17. For brass would I bring gold, and for iron would I bring silver.
See?
So as abundant as brass is, that's how gold gonna be, man.
That's right.
As abundant as iron is, that's how silver gonna be to us, man.
That's right.
And people got brass, brass everywhere, man.
Just come.
Brass sinks, the brass pipes in your fucking plumbing. Brass is everywhere,
In the
man.
ghetto.
Right? They got building structure with just brass outside, it's built inside of it. People come polish and keep it from getting tarnished, man. It's all over. So we're gonna have, it said brass was silver, right? No, brass was gold.
No,
No.
come. It
Read
say,
it over. Just read it over.
this Isaiah 60 and 17. For brass would bring gold.
Right, brass is gold.
Oh, okay.
So how they got their building structure, they got brass just everywhere. We're
Right.
gonna have gold there.
That's right.
Gold, just gold fucking everything, man.
Right?
Gold all in my hat. Like the damn song, man.
Damn.
It
Don't
say,
believe it, just watch, nigga. Nigga.
it say, yeah, and for iron I would bring silver.
Right, and iron is more common than brass, so we gonna have silver all over, man. Just silver every fucking thing, man. Think about how King Solomon's throne was designed, man. He had gold. Wasn't them two lions made of gold? Them lion statues. All right, if I'm mistaken, it was made out of gold,
I
man.
think it was 4 of them.
It was four. Okay, so lucky, I stand corrected. I know he had some lion statues, man. If I'm not mistaken, it was made of gold.
Damn.
Now that's what you call fucking art, man.
Right, not that's art, not naked. A big naked white man with no beard doing this for fucking
Right.
eternity.
Thinking. His
With a
ass
little
thinking.
ass wiener.
Thinking about nothing.
With a little ass wiener, with a leaf on his wiener, with no beard. Dude, that ain't no fucking art. That's bugged out, man.
Thinking how to fucking kill you niggas and y'all love it.
Right.
Go ahead, man.
Fuck out of here. That ain't no fucking art. That's homosexuality.
They say, and for wood, brass, and for stones, iron. And I will also make their officers peace, and their actors righteousness.
Exactors, righteousness. And it's gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Damn, we just fired that shit down.
You're not gonna be arrayed as one of these. Go ahead.
Tobit 13 and 15.
Okay.
Start at 14.
This is Tobit 13 and 14. Oh, blessed are they which love thee, for they shall rejoice in thy peace. Blessed are thy.
She started at 11. Yep.
Tobit 13 and 11. Many nations shall come before.
So I can start at 10, I'm gonna let it go. Start at 10.
Tobit 13 and 10. Give praise to the Lord, for he is good, and praise the everlasting King and his tabernacle.
Start there, man. Make sure it is done, man. All praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Because it's his will. Yahushai said what? It's the Heavenly Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom, man.
Right.
This is all according to his mercy and his desire, man. Hey, so he's right to be praised, man. That's why I strive for truth unto death. Go ahead.
Time. It says, may be builded in thee again with joy, and let him make joyful there in thee those that are captives, and love in thee forever those that are miserable.
God, so the Lord's going to redeem us. Go ahead.
Many nations shall come from far to the name of Yahweh power with gifts in their hands, even gifts to kings of heaven. All generations shall praise thee with great joy.
Going to the heathens, bringing these gifts unto us, man. Because he's going to say, Yahweh dwelleth with us. We're the place of Yahweh's holiness, man. the glory of Yahweh, like it says in Baruch 5. Go ahead. They're going to bring all their riches to us.
Verse 12. Cursed are all they which hate thee, and blessed shall all be which love thee forever. Rejoice and be glad for the children of the just, for they shall be gathered together, and shall bless the house of the just. Oh, blessed are they which love thee, for they shall rejoice in thy peace. Blessed are they which have been sorrowful for all thy scourges, for they shall rejoice for thee. When they have seen all thy glory, and shall be glad forever. Let my soul bless Yahweh, the great King. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and
Emeralds, the precious jewels, yeah.
emeralds and precious stones. Thy walls and towers and battlement with pure gold.
Pure gold, man. Not mixed, not 14 karat. Alright? Pure gold, man.
Right, not 24 karat.
Right. Purer than that, because that's what? 99, they got 99.9 and shit. No, it's going to be 100%. No impurities, man.
That's where they get that. If y'all ever seen that movie, the first movie, not that shit with Michael Jackson, the first movie, The Wizard of Oz, that they had Emerald City. They had a big ass kingdom, and it was made out of all emerald. They had the yellow brick road, which was like the streets of gold. You know, they bit that out the scriptures, man. That how that kingdom was set up.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbon and stones of ophir, and all her streets shall say,
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, and they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be Yahweh, which hath exalted it forever.
Installed it forever. Kind. So Lord's going to build us up precious, man. Now that's spiritual. That's going to be physical, but that's also representative of how the elect are going to be, man. We're going to be counted as these precious things, man. All right?
God appreciate it. This is Revelation 21 and 21. It says, "In the 12 gates were 12 pearls."
Damn, I'm looking dead at it, bro. I hate it. Like, right, go ahead, bro. I'm fucking moving now, bro.
It says, "In the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass."
Right. Pure gold. And like the top layer got a great reflection, like you looking at a fucking glass mirror.
But
That's 100%.
But the Apocrypha ain't got no precepts in it.
Right. We're going to have gold on the streets. We're going to have precious stones like on the side of it and shit. We can have how it's laid in, man. It's going to be raw as fuck. It's going to be gold and all type of stones in it, man. Man, we can't even fully picture it,
I
bro.
was
It's
just
boiled
going
down.
to say that, man.
That's
I speak as a man when I said that,
Right.
man. It's going to be raw than that.
That's why
We know it's going to be gold and have raw stones in it, man.
Yep.
Right.
It says, "I have not seen, ear have not heard." You know? What the Most High prepared for them. From them he chosen since the beginning. That's why we hoping to be this lily he arrayed. Can we get 2 Ezra 5? Oh, go on.
This 2 Ezra 5,
It's probably the second scripture on the list.
this 2 Ezra 5 and 23. It said, "O Yahweh, that bearest root of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine." Alright, and then go to Isaiah 5, man. Judah is my pleasant plant. You know, I forget the other half of it. There you go. It's talking about Israel, man. "And of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit."
That pit, that land.
Right, because pit means land, yep. And
He chose that land, what? For the people. Like it says in Maccabees, you know.
And of all the flowers thereof, one lily. Which shows the Apocrypha goes with the scriptures. That's that lily. Alright? And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled the one river.
And that one river is what? The Jordan River, man. The river that watered the garden. Go ahead.
And of all builded cities, thou hast hollowed Zion unto thyself.
That's it.
And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep.
Yep.
Who was that? The house of Israel.
And it says that dove in Matthew, the Holy Spirit descended upon Yahweh Shai in the form of what? That dove, man. You know?
And what is that Holy Spirit that wisdom resided? Sirach tells you she went through everywhere, but it said, make your habitation in Jacob.
That's right. That's right.
And among all the multitudes of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people. And unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest, she's going to tell you right here, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. You know? So this is that one people, that dove, that lily, all of us really talking about Israel. Israel got that wisdom, man. We got the Holy Spirit in us, man. All right? We are the ones that is arrayed as a bride, man. All right? For the bridegroom, man. With the ornaments on, like it says in Isaiah. I think it's 60 as well, maybe 61. You know? Where's that bridegroom that's arrayed, man?
Come. Back in this Sirach 39, and I'm going to read 14 again. And give ye a sweet savor of frankincense, and flourish as a lily.
And flourish as a lily, man. You know, that's another metaphor of growing as well. Go ahead.
Sent for a smell and a song. Sing a song of praise. Bless the Lord and all his works.
Right, and sing a song of praise. What's that praise? It's the gospel we sing it. You know? This is a scripture that says, our prayers are a savory smell to the Most High. I think it's in Revelation. It says our prayers is like incense to the Lord.
Yeah, the prayers of the saints.
You know?
Incense.
That's right. Hey, it's said in Hebrews. It's a sacrifice. Sacrifice. Incense is like a sacrifice. It's said in Hebrews.
Right,
The fruit of our lips is that praise, that sacrifice.
right.
Because this Sirach called the frankincense a savor, which is part of incense, but the actual sacrifice of meat was called a sweet savor as well. Something that's pleasing to the Lord, man. So kind of. Do both things important. Man.
Come. It's a verse 15. It's Sirach 39:15. Magnify his name and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips.
Go ahead.
So, hey, we go back to Hebrews. Same thing. Just prove the scriptures, the Bible and the Apocrypha hand in hand.
It say, and with harps and praise him ye shall say after this manner. All the works of the Lord are excellent.
So I can read that again.
This is Sirach 39:15. Magnify his name and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips and with the harps and praise.
Right,
praising.
so it says songs of your lips and with the harps, right?
Psalms.
You got one in Psalms. I was getting the one in no, it's in Samuel. It's a group of prophets came down from Saul.
And they said it's all amongst the prophets.
It says here, Salaki. Grab it real fast. Read that again for me, Bible shot.
This is Sirach 39, verse 15. It says, magnify his name and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips and with harps. And in praising him, ye shall say after this manner.
Right.
Manner.
With the harps and in praising him, right? This is First Samuel 10:5. It says, after that thou shalt come to the hill of the Most High, where is the garrison of the Philistines, and it shall come to pass when thou art come thither to the city, that thou shalt meet a company of prophets coming down from the high place, with a psaltery and a tabret and a pipe and a harp before them, and they shall prophesy. But those harps, those psaltery, you know, that's talking about the word. That's the prophecy. You know, that's the song that we sing. Ecclesiastes, not Ecclesiastes. Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, speaks about we are a very lovely song unto them, who has one that play well on the instrument. You know, it says we have piped unto them and they have not danced. You know, it says in the pipe. This is the prophecy. This is the song. You know. Go ahead, bro.
Let's say, the Sirach 39:16. All the works of the Lord are exceedingly good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
No.
So I was gonna say, hey, and what thing he commanded? Can we get Job? What's that? 14 and verse 5.
Bound can't pass.
Mm-hmm. Hey, because this the end, man, and this is what the year of prophecy. You know, so hey, man, you know, it says that I'm gonna read it again while brother's getting that. This is
See, it's the year of prophecy.
Shit,
I got two steps. I'm from the beginning, bro.
This Sirach 39:16. It says, all the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commandeth shall be accomplished in due season. In due season. Everything in its order. You know? 2nd Esdras, the 4th chapter says, by measure has he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he don't move or stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
Kind of. 2nd Esdras 9, it says what? He said, by me have I made this world, by me only shall it be destroyed.
Measure
That's
out
right.
the time diligence.
That's right.
He said measure the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Hey, and I think what's that? Haggai? No, it's Habakkuk, though, the vision
Terry.
tarried.
Yeah.
For a point in time.
The hand just shall speak.
Yep.
That's right.
Bro, this Sirach
The same thing.
is hardcore, bro. I skipped ahead. And like, you can't say that this ain't part of the Bible.
No, not this. No, you
I mean,
like,
it's a part of my Bible.
Right. And that's another thing. Explain why it's in the 1611, and then over 200 years later, it's taken out, man. That is some Edomite ass shit.
Well, they don't even believe in the. If you don't believe in you don't even believe in the regular scriptures, man.
Right.
Right.
Fucking knuckleheads, meatheads.
Yeah, go back to you look for the Job.
Any one of them?
I got the Job.
Ooh, what's your call?
This is
Job 14 and 5.
This is Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Ooh, the Lord appointed it. He commanded it, man. So Esau got a set time. You know, a bound that he can't pass, man. And guess what? That bound is at the end. Can we get 2nd Esdras 9? Bible Prashad, 2nd Esdras 9. No, it's a 6. Salakia, 2nd Esdras 6 and 7. 37.
This 2nd Esdras 6, verse 7. It say, then answered I and said, what shall be the pardons center of times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow?
Yeah, you see, the Lord commanded it from the beginning, man. What shall be the end of the first, which is Esau world? This is the heaven and the earth that's going to perish, as the scriptures speak about. You see what I'm saying? And it says the beginning of that followeth. That's the new heaven. That's the new earth. Let's read it. Go ahead.
It saying, he said unto me from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob hand held first of the hill of Esau.
Yeah, you read Genesis 25, you read that. Oh, but the Apocrypha ain't a part of the Bible, though. Go ahead.
For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau is the end. That just showed you what? That's the heaven. That's the earth that's going to perish. Go ahead.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
And that's the new heaven. And that's the new earth, man.
Right, because can't nowhere in the within the 66 books in the Bible that you just have, because you explain dualism of that right there, that allegory, that breakdown. It only talk about it in the Apocrypha, what that means exactly when he grabbed the heel. It don't talk about it nowhere else in these regular books.
And it says none shall want his mate.
Exactly. So what other scripture that line up with?
That's right.
You gotta have it, and there you go. Otherwise, then you say you don't believe in the Bible, because none shall want his mate.
And there's one, I believe it's in Hosea. It speaks about grabbing the heel. He grabbed his heel.
I have to find that one.
Go ahead. I got it.
God.
I grab it real fast.
God. But when you read that in the Apocrypha, he tell you this is what it means when that happened. And he made it plain.
I got a preach for you real quick. It's
So,
Revelations 21:1. It says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven of the first earth will pass away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw a holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down from Yahweh out of the heavens, prepared of a bride, adore her for her husband.
so this rulership and this fucking physical wicked ass captivity we in has to really be destroyed and pass away for the kingdom to be established, man. The Lord ain't putting no sugar on shit. Okay? Because you can put sugar on shit and it's still going to be shit. It ain't going to make it no sweeter. It's still going to be shit. You can't build no kingdom in America, man. This place has to be wiped out.
Right.
Just like it tell you in 2nd Esdras, I think it's the 4th chapter. The evil that is sown, this has to be destroyed, man. Other than that, you telling me you wouldn't put sugar on shit and eat it. You think the Lord gonna do that, man? He gonna dwell in this glory, in this place? You out your goddamn mind, man.
Right. There's Hosea 12 verse 3. It says he took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with the Most High. You know, it's talking about Jacob. You know?
God, Jacob and Esau. So he mentioned the account again, you know. But when you go to the Apocrypha, he mentioned. Didn't he tell you exactly what happened?
What it
Prophecy.
Yep.
Prophecy's sake of it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So that's the direct mate to that, man. You bugged out if you don't believe the Apocrypha in the scriptures. Well, explain Hanukkah. Where's that found at?
Right. Yep. Yahushua kept it. The Feast of Dedication.
Right, because these...
And all these fake Jews keep Hanukkah.
And I was just going to say it. That's what I'm saying. Oh, and they don't even believe in the New Testament. They say the New Testament is off. Well, they say that. I'm not saying that. They say that they don't believe in the New Testament. It ain't real. And they say they don't believe in the Apocrypha. It ain't valid. So where the hell y'all get Hanukkah from?
They don't even believe in the Torah, because they say
right, they don't believe in that anyway.
They say it never happened.
Yeah, it never happened.
That's
it's
what
just,
they believe. It's
like
just,
what Paul was saying, that Edomite Jew woman told him, these just stories made up. So
that's what they believe, though.
That's wicked as hell, man. And they do believe that.
Nobody can write a story like this, man.
Man, nobody.
It's bugged out. It all links up. All this stuff that's happening.
And it's so prophetic. Right, we seeing this shit happen.
All the power that you see, how much control, like the scriptures say, all things are double. And the principal use of man is the water, the blood of the grape, etc. And it said the wicked took it and for wicked things. Esau took the word and used it to gain control over the whole damn planet to make himself his God.
Right, you see what happened in slavery.
He understood, like, look, you do this type of stuff because the Bible say don't do this, then it's going to make them behave like this. So let's do it.
And then
let's do it like it's good.
So
they got that power like that, man. Look at Book of Eli.
I was just gonna say it. And that dude Gary Oldman getting heavy judgment, bro. Like that, I said that you was there when I said it. No, cause he always played a white radical, man. He heavy with the elites, bro. He the new Charles Heston. He is, bro. And then it was bugged out because Charles Heston, what the faggot do? He played Moses. Then he played in the Planet of the Apes, the Edomite went in captivity. Gary Oldman. He played the wicked Edomite elder in the Fifth Element. He played the wicked Edomite elder getting the humans back in the planet, the new Planet of the Apes, the second one. And he played the Book of Eli, who was the Edomite. He always played it Hey, that dude Gary Oldman, I claimed him in the name of Yahweh Shimi Hawashai a long time ago, man. He gotta get judged for that, man. You ain't saving the so-called white man, Gary Oldman. I might do a sit down about his faggot ass. But I might not, because I just did it.
Oh, yeah. Back in
I just did.
Sirach 39 and read 16 again.
Gary Oldman.
Did we read the Job 14?
Yeah,
Frank
we
over
read
there.
the
He read it on some highway shit.
We read second Ezra 6 and 9. Let's get back to who was reading the second Ezra 6.
Monarchy.
You know, I get
Are you still on it?
Yeah. Grab it again.
Why you flipping back to that? I got a
Because it
precept.
said in due season.
This is Proverbs 16:4. Yahweh has made all things for himself, yet even the wicked for the day of evil. Alright, hey, the Lord said what? He made vessels that was fitted for destruction, man. He was long suffering to bring that on them, man. Then also to bring mercies upon the righteous. That's what this whole Sirach 39 is going into. Basically, the righteous that do good, how they're going to be immortal, and then the end times when they're going to get those blessings, and the wicked are going to get their fucking punishment. Because when you read through, it's going to talk about the beast that was made for vengeance, etc., man. That good name and that bad name. Esau getting the ill name, fitted for destruction, the 2/3 with him. Huh?
Vessels for honor, vessels for dishonor.
That's right. And Israel be the vessel for honor. That's a perfect fucking title for the video. So get to Romans 9 and read it. Because that...
That's the season of Sirach 39.
I feel like we did 4 videos.
Bring it up.
I was
Where is I
Romans 9 and like 15, 16, 17,
Oh, it's
18,
Romans
17.
9 and 15. For he said to Moses,
No, it ain't right verse. You gotta look at planet. I was telling you that section.
That's like 16 or 17.
Or 18 and 19. You gotta look. Use your eyes. Search the scriptures.
I'm searching it. Hold on.
He ain't got his glasses on.
Verse 22. Start at 21.
This is
Yeah,
Romans 9. Romans 9 and 21. Have not the
FX started at 20.
20. Okay. This is Romans 9 and 20. Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against Yahweh? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Had not the potter power over the clay?
Right. Who's to tell the Most High what to do with his creation, man?
Alright, that's that Jeremiah 18:6. And when you read through the parable, starting at verse 2, he said, look, he made the one vessel, took the clay in his hand, nah, fuck this one. Destroyed it, took another one, made it. This is the good one. I love this one. Alright, and they gave it a good name. He said, this is the power that I have in my hand over Israel, man.
Isaiah 15, the potter's clay shall ask both itself, I think.
Isaiah 10, yeah.
That's in that one too, Isaiah 10.
It's like,
I'll read it again. Hath not the powder power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
right, so Lord can do what the fuck he want to do. That's another part of Sirach 39 that's happening, man.
Yeah,
That's literally, that's what it said.
The next couple verses.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Lord do what the hell he want to do, man. He made Esau to get the destruction. That's what time we in the end of this age, man. He made the Israelites, the elect of Israel, who we hope to be, to get the honor, man. It's that simple. The vessel for honor, the vessel for dishonor, man.
Right.
What if Yahweh willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
Boom. Proverbs 16:4, the brother just read.
And that's Isaiah, I believe, 61, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. All right?
Got that too.
You got that Isaiah 61? Bro, that's bugged out. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 61 and 2. After them started 1. It say, it's Isaiah 61 and 1. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord hath appointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. And he has sent me to bind up the broken heart, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisoners to them that are bound. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance. of our power to comfort all that mourn.
That's right.
And they couldn't be talking about the fake Jews either, man.
Right, they ain't mourning, they own the banks. They own you niggas. You got a social security number, they own your ass, nigga. That's why the Lord need to come save us out the prisons. Like Tobin said. When we get a raid like them lilies, man, all this go hand in hand.
Flexed up, man.
Alright? We getting the raid as the lilies starting with this wisdom. Alright, then it's gonna be us actually physically getting that glory like Yahweh Shai. Alright? So you can't tell the servant from the king. You're getting that glory, man, joint heirs. Alright, and then you fucking devils getting destroyed, man, because that's the time we in, man. End of all this shit. The end of fucking death, man.
That's right. You gotta be back in this Sirach 39.
And that's why I said, praise ye saints that go execute the judgment that's written, man. That's the time we in, man. The judgment that's written for you damn heathens, man. Especially Esau Edom.
Right.
Salaki, man. Fucking devils, man. Hell, you ever get on Esau? So Rockets did all this good talking. What you mean you talk about Esau? He just did all this glorying, Salaki, giving honor to the righteous man of the Lord, and he went straight to the end of this damn world, man. They go hand in hand. Right. Shit. They the fucking wicked, and we the righteous. Two nations ain't in that womb. Can't talk about one after the other. Sirach 42:24, all things are double. Alright, you got black, you got white, you got up, you got down, you got hot, you got cold. You got Jacob, alright, you got Esau. You got Yasharala, you got Adawanyam.
That's it. Pussy. I appreciate it. This is 1 Corinthians 15. And I started at 50.
You got Yashawan, you got Yashawan Ba. Yeah.
That nigga.
This is 1 Corinthians 15.
Baldini, the magic genie.
15. I started at 50.
Solid.
It says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. So this flesh ain't going into the kingdom, man. You see? It says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. You know, because we don't, like, Bible Kushai, somebody get 1 John 3? And, what's that, Isaiah 47, where it says, I will not meet thee as a man. Bible Kushai.
This is 1 John 3. And 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of Yahweh. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of the Most High, Yahweh.
Begotten through what? Through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice,
That's
man.
right.
Through this word, through wisdom.
That's right. And it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. And after Yahweh Shai got redeemed up, it's like, yeah, redeemed up, I'll say it like that, but I meant to say, he got beamed up to his father after he died and was resurrected and went up and came back. They didn't recognize him. I mean, he changed his appearance.
He was in his glory.
He changed his appearance. They said, did not your heart burn when he talked? So you can, Yahweh Shai said it's going to be a small thing to change your stature.
Yeah,
He did it on the mount when he transfigured.
God, he said it's a small thing to change your stature. To get taller, to get shorter, all that, man.
Yeah, they didn't recognize him. They didn't know who he was.
They said, hey, not your heart burning when he spoke. Hey, they felt it. They knew, like, damn, it really was him. Just like we know this is the truth. My sheep hear my voice.
This is Isaiah, I got it. This is Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea.
Fucking started one.
Yeah, it is. Anything before 5, you got to start at 1.
Okay.
This Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit, O virgin Salakia. Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Esau, come down and sit in the dust, nigga. You going down, like Isaiah 14 says, man.
God in the pits.
You know?
Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Mm-hmm.
For
And plus, that dust represents confusion, man. Because your little magic, your sorceries ain't working. Because Isaiah 47 gonna go into that. You know.
Yeah, and it's gonna blow you how you went from like trading places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. This is gonna blow you. You're gonna be in a wild ass state of confusion. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones. Con, is that 47 and 2 yet? Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Bear the leg.
How's that
Make
being
bear
done,
the leg.
man? That's being done through the Spirit, man. Esau is being exposed. I believe it was what, Nahum, the 3rd chapter?
It is.
You know, bear the leg. It speaks about that the whore, the harlot of harlots.
Yeah, that sold
You know?
nations to a witchcraft.
Yeah,
and
that's
idolatry.
right. That's
yeah,
right.
That's the 3rd chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
That's
I
right.
will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Bound. Yahweh Shah said he will not meet you as a man. 1 John said that we don't exactly, you know. So I'm gonna go back to this 1 Corinthians 15 and 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, it says, for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed, man. And that's that translation. Yahweh Shem Yahshua something, man. That beam up, man. Like you read what happened to Enoch, like you read what happened to Elijah, like you read what happened to Yahweh Shai. You know? It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when then it says wisdom was immortal in Wisdom of Solomon earlier, it says so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this immortal have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? And O grave, where is thy victory? It says the sting of death is sin. You know, that's why niggas die. You sin it. And the strength of sin is the law. It was Romans 7. You know, Paul says the law is good. It is I that,
Right.
you know, but I have not
That's
known
how you
sin.
know what
lest-
sin is.
Exactly.
The law.
That's right. As soon as you know not to do it, your flesh immediately want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Right. It says, but thanks be to the Most High, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai. You know? And that's the victory, man. That's the in due season what's coming. Esau's destruction and our salvation, the ushering in of the righteousness, man. You know?
Back in this Sirach 39, and I'm gonna read 16 again. And all the works of the Lord are exceedingly good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season. And none may say, what is this? Wherefore is that?
Why speakest thou, O man? Like it says in Romans 9, right?
That's right.
For at time convenient, they shall all be sought out. At his commandment, the waters stood as his heap, and at the words of his mouth, the receptacles of the waters. At his commandments is done whatsoever please him, and none could hinder when he will save.
Kind, I got one for you. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I am he, there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. All right. So when the Lord got you in His hand for the salvation, you can't be taken out. You can't be plucked out. Like Yahweh Shai said, you can't pluck out the elect. None was lost. And when it's time for your judgment, and you can't be delivered from that either, man. The Lord got you on the hit list. You hit.
Mm-hmm.
And what it said in Jeremiah, it said, who appointed the bounds of the sea so that the waves can't compass the land, though they tossed and turned, man. Lord put that commandment out, man. Who maketh the sun go up down at his commandment, man? Who can feed the behemoth, man? Hey, do you play with the Leviathan, man, and have fun with it? You make the trenches of the snow. Who even give you understanding to fucking realize that every snowflake is its own individual flake, man? All quadrillion, infinite number. The infinite number of snowflakes.
Who designed them?
It's all intricately designed individually, man. That's the Lord that did that, man. What, you fear ye not him?
Right. Due to
The fuck?
due to contrary to popular belief, because you know you leave it up to the nigga, they'll tell you the white man did.
Or Big Bang, it just happened.
Just have
No,
rain.
that's what the white man will
Fuck
say.
outta here.
But a nigga, Israelite, a black, Latino, or Native American will say that the white man did it.
You dumbass.
Then the
niggas.
white man will say the Big Bang shit.
Y'all still believing in the goddamn the theory of Darwinism, man. It's because the goddamn Galapagos, whatever the fuck the island is, the Galapagos Islands, the damn birds. Yeah, because the damn bird on this part of the island, because it got different trees, got a different beak to deal with this fruit. This bird on this island got a different beak to deal with this fruit. That proves that the Lord made everything according to wisdom, you assholes.
That's right.
Right.
Because this island don't got what this island got, so this bird have to be made for this specifically. Otherwise, they would never survive anyway to change and to be able to eat this, for they would have died off. You fucking idiots. The visible things, the proves the invisible things, man. It's evidently seen, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord did everything according to wisdom and measuring number, like it says.
Yeah. And then his dumb ass renounced it before he died.
Right, and people still follow him.
Charles Darwin, yeah.
But
He knew that was the madness, man.
Like shit, I was smoking a blunt, man. He was he had a snuff. You know, back then he was on that snuff. He was sniffing that motherfucking coke back in the day, man. They called it the snuff. The Rothschild sniffed that shit shown that movie, man. He was probably sniffing that shit. Yeah, man, why this beak like this? And jotted that work down and realized, no, I was just fucking high. Esau do that shit. They give you deep breakdowns, deep philosophies, and like, man, I was just high. They do that shit all the time, man. That's bugged out, bro. Esau was really bugged out. That's how they get down.
It's a child, man. He like a child. That's
Bro,
what
I
kids do.
thought that, bro. I'm glad you said it.
No, cause that's what kids do, shit.
Hey, you read verse 18 again. That's right.
Sirach 39, verse 18. And his commandment is done. Is done whatsoever pleasing him.
Whatsoever pleasing him, right? This is Psalms 115 and 3. It says, but our God, our power, is in the heavens. It says, he hath done whatsoever he hath pleased. So the Lord who's to tell him anything? Who are thou, old man? Like the brother said. Psalms 135, verse 6. Whatsoever Yahweh pleased, that did he in heaven and in earth, in the seas, and all deep places. You know?
It's Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing which I sent it.
That's it.
Sirach 39, verse 19. The works of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes. He seeth from everlasting to everlasting, and there is nothing wonderful before him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ain't nothing. You can't impress the Lord, man. He made it all. Ain't
Right.
nothing wonderful to him, man.
He said he who seek deep to hide his counsel. Like, come on, dude.
Right, have not he that made the eye, shall he not see?
Right.
Have he that planted the ear, shall he not hear? Shit, he made all this, man. Ain't nothing impressive to the Lord.
It say, verse 21, a man need not to say, what is this, wherefore is that? For he hath made all things for their use.
Everything is set up for its uses, man. You know?
His blessing covered the dry land as a river, and watered it as a flood. As he has turned the waters into saltness, so shall the heathen inherit his wrath.
Just like how the Lord turned the waters, the oceans into saltness, man. So shall what?
The heathens inherit his wrath.
Man. So it's coming upon you heathens. Can we get Obadiah verse 21? I think it's verse 21. Or is it verse 18?
Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of
Start out
Israel.
with a 16, say.
Obadiah 1:16.
Start at 15.
Obadiah 1:15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
That's right. For the day of the Lord is upon all the heathen, man. So the Lord is, these heathen is going to inherit his wrath. Go ahead.
And thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
Exactly. You know? So you're going to swallow down what? The cup that we drunk, man. You know? Y'all going to go through what we went through. And Esau, you're going to get double that. You understand? So the Lord's wrath is going to be poured upon you heathens. Go back into Sirach, bro.
Sirach,
So we get Proverbs, what's that, 8 and 9 or 9 and 8? Go ahead, bro.
count. They say this Sirach 39 and 24. As his ways are plain into the holy, so are their stumbling blocks into the wicked.
Right, and it's a precept in Proverbs. I think it's 9 and 8 or 8 and 9. Because this just said, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks into the wicked.
Daniel 12 and 10.
I got it. This is Proverbs 8:9. It said they are all, Proverbs 8:9, they are all plain to him that understand it, and right to them that find knowledge.
Boom. Oh, but Sirach ain't no, man. This is all biblical, man.
Get your ass, get out.
You know?
Get out. Scott!
Sit. Stop.
It's too many precepts to line up the Apocrypha with the rest of the scripture.
All right, bro. Shit. Just this one chapter alone, we could have gone more verse to verse with precepts. Even the ones we did go detail in.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Anybody got the Daniel 12?
Oh, this is Daniel chapter 12, verse 10.
Okay, fine.
Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
There you go. To everybody else is stumbling block. Hey, Isaiah 8. Seal up my testimony amongst my disciples. All right, but let it be a Janus now to everybody else.
Yeah.
King David even prayed the curse. Let it be for their benefit, be to their destruction, man. Let that table be made a snare. So it's a stumbling block to him. I mean, hey, if you can't get the Lucifer thing, then it's a stumbling block. Nobody's going around to sin all the time, but it just means light bearer. Shit.
Back in
Why
Sirach,
you not understand my speech?
second Sirach 39 and 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things was
And
for
that's like in Second Measures. I think it's might be a better chapter. This speaks about for the empty things are to the empty, and to the full is to the full.
All right, got it. I got one for you. What you're looking for? This Titus 1 and 15. Unto pure, all things are pure.
That's
But
it.
unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. But even their mind and conscience is defiled. They profess they know the Most High, but in works they deny Him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate, man. You know? So, what verse was that? Right, for the good are good things, man. To the pure, everything's pure, man. They take the word, they behold it properly, right? Dealing in balance, even when they go into affliction, they had understanding of why it's happening. It's all pure, man. Hey, but to the wicked, hey, everything's defiled, man. Hey, y'all, you can tights, you paying tights. That's wicked to them. But even though the scriptures talk about it,
Right.
they're telling you to do 3 more videos. Nigga, this is for your business. This is to push the word to Israel. Y'all in captivity though. That's what they say. Y'all in captivity. They take off the street videos.
No, this is not a fucking record label, man. Like, we're like Jake Bugs out, man.
Yeah, that's why I say this.
Even they conscience defiled, man.
That's right. That's right.
It's like rubber, man. They gotta get destroyed. The Lord punished the fruit of their mind. So it's just bad, evil things from even their own thoughts is evil for them. So go ahead.
This is 2nd Esdras 7:25. It says, and therefore Esdras, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are the full things. You know? And that's the same thing as it says in Sirach 39:25, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners, man.
That's right.
You know? We got that hope, man.
Go.
What's more of this? Sirach 39:26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing.
This is principal thing for man's life. Water, fire, iron, and salt, flour, wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape. What's that, Titus? It speaks about drink a little wine for thy often infirmities.
That's Timothy.
You know, Timothy Slovakia. Right? Go ahead.
All these things are for good to the godly. So the sinner, they are turned into evil. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which is their fury laid of sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and please the wrath of him that made him.
And that's the time we in. Bro, it's finna get bugged out here. This is the year of prophecy. It's finna get bugged out here, man. Shit.
Right. Verse 29. Fire and hell, famine, and death, all were created for vengeance.
All these were created for vengeance, man. Fire, that big ass fire in California, man. All those fires that happened, the hailstorms, famine, motherfuckers starving, and death.
A motherfucker
Freezing
just
to
froze
death?
to death.
Yeah.
He just said
That's the spirit, man.
Motherfucker just froze to
Shit,
death.
that's the Lord calling it out, man. That's the season we in. Even them
Yep.
spirits of vengeance is out there, man.
It says all these were created for vengeance. Go ahead, brother.
It say teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction.
Exactly, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
They shall rejoice
I need that last.
in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth. When need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
That's right. So it's gonna be wild out here, man. Hey, and what's that in Amos, where it gives the example of you escape from a lion, meet a bear.
You know?
You know, escape from the bear right the house and lean
Lean
down
to
the
the
wall
wall,
and the snake bit you.
serpent bit him.
That could be some literal shit, man. It speaks about the teeth of wild beasts. You know what I'm saying? You might get away from
The
a
Lord
lion.
is so cold and manifold, bro. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if
kinda.
it ain't literal too. Like we know it's
Right,
poetic,
parabolic,
but
yeah.
it's gonna be trouble on every side.
Man,
But
shit
look,
like
the Lord
that
cold
gonna
as fuck. It's
Yeah.
gonna be, hey, bro, somebody
Just to my niggas who actually knew
Yeah,
that,
man.
who actually read that, who actually brought that out, who actually broke that down. The Lord really had that shit happen to you just to mock your dumb ass, man.
Go ahead,
They
bro.
say, verse 32, therefore from the beginning I was resolved and thought upon these things and have left them in writing. All the works of the Lord are good, and he will give every needful thing in due season.
In due season, man. So we just gotta be patient and continually do what we doing, man. Continue thou in the things thou hast learned. First Timothy the 4th chapter says, continue in them, because thou shalt save thyself and them that hear thee. You know, in due season, man.
Verse 34, so that a man cannot say that it's worse than that, For in time they shall all be well approved.
I got you right here. This is Ecclesiastes 7. And I'm starting at 8. I'm starting at 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destructeth the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit, right? So you gotta be patient, man. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger rests in the bosom of fools, man. Hey, don't give place to wrath, man. Hey, vengeance of the Lord, right? Say not what is the cause that the former days were better than these, for thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this. You know? So the former days, they don't say, when we was in the kingdom of Israel, while we're going through all this hell. Now look, the Lord set this up. We had to deal with, be patient. He got a better thing for us. We're going to see the fall of our enemies and get all the glory that was promised to our forefathers, man. Get the land and the actual rest. Like you said, Joshua talks about a rest, but it was a rest to come. That's this. We coming into it, man. So better is the end than the beginning, man.
That's right. Sirach 39 and 35. And therefore praise ye the Lord with thy whole heart and mouth, and bless the name of the Lord.
Yahweh. Bless the name of Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Alright? Now let's name Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Alright? Yahweh is him that, and the king that sitteth on the throne of David, as Jeremiah said, man. Which lets you know that the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, is all in the Old Testament, man. I had to make sure I say that, man, because Yahweh Shai, you got to get his glory too, man.
That's right.
He about to come get it from you fucking. He's about to bring destruction upon y'all, man. He will not meet thee as a man.
Hey, so with that, man, we hope that was edifying. Until next time, we give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace salutations to you brothers who preaching the gospel in truth and in sincerity and in charity.
Shalom.